Welcome to the Master of Design Studios here at York University in the fourth floor of the Victor Philip Dedali building. My name is Loris Dotto and I'm one of the two technicians here in the Department of Design. Let's take a look at the large space that we call the Design Graduate Studio. Here we can see that we have moving tables that will facilitate a variety of layouts for critique work, class work. We move the tables out and have guest speakers in with stacking chairs. We also have podium available for presentations that include an iMac, a video projector on the ceiling, screen on this back wall here, speakers for audio playback. We have some sitting areas, a podium, and we can see quite a bit of open wall space that can be used as pin-up spaces for student critique work, hanging artwork throughout the teaching process. Back in this area over here, behind the windows, we have a dedicated student workspace. Each student is granted a desktop space with an iMac so that they can work, set things up as they see fit, and make this space their own throughout the time that they're here in the MDes program. We have a secondary student space in the adjacent room next door that will be at some point transformed into a seminar room, breakout space for different kinds of design activities. Exiting out of the student space, we also have a secondary student workspace that facilitates printing, color output. As you can see here, we have a 3D printer in the corner, wide format inkjet printer, dedicated Mac in this space for printing purposes, and in this corner, black and white and color laser printers. Within the Master Design Studio space, we've created a user testing facility that's located within this space here. As you can see, there's some student work that's currently hung on the walls. In this space, we have a dedicated workstation, a variety of different cameras, microphones to pick up user activity. On the ceiling, we have a ceiling grid that we can hang microphones, cameras, lighting, and whatnot in this space to help conduct some of the user testing. And then on the back wall over here, we have a dedicated display, which is connected to an Apple TV as well as an Apple Mac Mini computer. So we can use this space to present a variety of different technologies and projects that students are creating, and then go into the observation space, which is located in the adjacent room, to do observation within the user testing space. We can enter into the observation room here. And once again, within the observation room, we have a dedicated iMac and other peripherals in this space. We have control of the lighting in the adjacent room. So this big window that I'm looking at right now, we can turn lights on and off in the adjacent room and control the lighting in here to effectively have a one-way mirror, as we can see through the display here and looking out into that room. Unfortunately, right now the posters are obscuring some of the view, but we can see the user testing space through this one-way glass. Adjacent to the Design MDes Studio space, we have our fabrication facility, which is open to both graduate students and undergraduate students alike. And in this space, we have a wide variety of equipment, some other dedicated machines for printing and print output, and as you can see, different equipment around the room in this space. Starting over in this corner here, we have color output via the two-color risograph machine, which is used to simulate print processes and allows us to add specialty colors to our otherwise simple output from color laser or inkjet wide format, colors that you wouldn't normally have available in the typical printing processes, like the ability to print fluorescent colors, fluorescent pinks, fluorescent orange, metallic colors, white ink, etc. We have a workstation here for our student print monitors that assist students with output on evenings and weekends. Moving back through this equipment, we have a dedicated laser color printer. Again, another wide format inkjet printer, 17 inches wide. Panning over to this side here, we have a couple of back-to-back Epson wide format printers that are capable of printing up to 44 inches in width. And next to those, a dedicated vinyl printer cutting machine. This allows us to print on special substrates, self-adhesive vinyl, for example, which is often used in sticker making or other types of graphic displays on walls, often used in vehicle wraps, things like that. This will allow us to print in full color and then cut out the shapes on that self-adhesive vinyl. We can also print on heat transferable vinyl with this machine and then use the heat press in the back corner over there to allow us to transfer any graphics that are printed on this printer onto fabrics and garments and any other material substrates. Down in this corner over here, we have our laser cutter. It has a capacity of 27 by 17 inches. This allows us to cut through paper materials, cardboard, wood up to 1/4 inch thick, plexiglass, and a variety of other natural materials like leather. We can etch stone, we can etch glass. A number of different possibilities are available with the laser cutter. Moving along the back wall here, we have a lot of our binding equipment in the form of a Surlux, coil binder, book press. We have a perfect binding machine, as I mentioned before, the heat press, and an electric guillotine for cutting and finishing books and other bound materials. In the corner over here by the sink, we have a drill press, which is also used in hand binding, hand stitching books. And then next to the sink, our newest addition to the fabrication lab is our Wazer desktop water jet. Now this uses a combination of high pressure water and abrasive material like sand that can be used to cut through a variety of substrates that we can't cut on the laser cutter. For example, ceramic tile, metal like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch thick aluminum, a variety of different plastics, stone, etc. So this is a very versatile tool that we just acquired and we've added to our repertoire here in the fabrication lab. In the space here, again, we have some areas for students to work, as well as some wide format cutters so that we can take printouts from the wide format printers over here and then take them to the cutting table and cut them to size of final work. Down the hall adjacent to my colleague Rich's office, we have the photo studio. And in the photo studio, we have a variety of lighting suspended from the ceiling, a number of different colored backdrops on the back wall, and other equipment like this copy stand that allows us to photograph 3D objects, books, flat two-dimensional artwork, etc. Students use this space for a number of different projects in terms of content creation, so they can shoot videos and then edit that, or use the content that's created in this space to then be used in other aspects of their design work. Along with the equipment in the photo studio, we have a variety of equipment that students can sign out. This equipment includes DSLR cameras, lenses, camcorders, microphones, portable lighting equipment, camera gimbals, iPads, and Wacom tablets. All of these facilities are available to the Master of Design students on a 24/7 access basis. All of the exterior doors are key controlled with card access, as well as the 2 doors at the back for their own workspaces. This concludes the tour of the Master Design studio spaces here at York University. Should you have any questions about anything that you saw in this video, please do not hesitate to contact me at the information below. Thank you.